Okay, hi everyone. I'm here with Miguel Bautista, and he is the creator of CFS Recovery Jumpstart program. And we're going to ask him a few quick questions. So, hi, Miguel.
Hey, how's it going? It's great to be here. Great to be here on this chat with you, Lindsay.
Thank you for being here. So, just quickly, in a few minutes, could you kind of summarize what your program offers for people?
Yeah, so our program it offers a lot of hands-on help. So there's a lot of people they try certain programs, but I feel like with us we do have that personal aspect of it. So there's tons of hands-on help. In addition to just the weekly small group coaching calls, the video modules, access to the community. You also get access to the coaches, and we will help people not just one-on-one, but one-on-two or one-on-three when we bring on this other coach, because there is a private chat for every single person in the program. So they can actually reach out to us any weekday for any issues they run into as they're recovering. So whether that's they're having symptom flare-ups, or their fatigue is sticking around, they have a weird symptom here and there, or even just general advice if they have some kind of family gathering they want to go to at the end of the week, but they're not sure if they should do it. We get a lot of questions. Hey, do you think it's okay to do this? Or what do I do about this scenario? And we're able to go in there and look at each person's situations, because we have a profile for every single person in the program. So we understand where they're at in their journey, what their symptoms are, their energy levels, what they're dealing with. So it's very data driven decisions. It's not just, oh, how are you feeling today? Oh, okay, then go do this. No, we actually have we keep a tab on everybody. So we're able to give them really good advice, walk them through certain situations, and also just kind of be their safety net for when they do have flare-ups, which they inevitably will during this journey. We have that safety net for them. They can fall back on us, lean on the community for support. But yeah, that's kind of what they get. We will walk them through recovery and help them get their life back.
Yeah, it's truly like out of any of the programs I know of, it offers the most intense amount of support, which is so incredible. And I love the idea of it being so data based and working with their specific cases and what they're experiencing. I think that's so amazing. And in terms
Mhm.
of what you're teaching, would you call it a brain retraining program or neuroplasticity based, or how would you describe
Yeah, I would say it's neuroplasticity. The main focal point of all of this is neuroplasticity. It's um, taking the brain away from going down one specific route, which is just constant fear, panic, symptoms, fight or flight mode, and consciously choosing to make it go down different routes. But the most important thing here is you have to be aware your brain is even going down those routes. But it's actually it's a physical thing happening inside the brain on a very micro level. So it's a lot of neuroplasticity, a lot of reminders, a lot of repetition, but also just in that first initial 6 week phase of the program, we're just really trying to build momentum, build confidence in people, build trust with them and their body. They need to trust their body again. And once we get the ball rolling, once they see how their first adjustment period works and they get a few progress cycles under their belt or a few adjustment periods, it really instills in them confidence that, hey, this stuff actually works and I'm actually getting better. So if it works a little bit, it can work a lot. So yeah, that's what we help people with, neuroplasticity.
And I would definitely say too, if you haven't checked out Miguel's YouTube content, he has so much help there as well in terms of video content to get an idea of his program and what he teaches.
Hmm.
I think you basically answered already what separates your program from others in terms of how much support. Is there anything you'd add to that question?
Yeah, definitely. I would say, just in perfect transparency, that's the reason we're definitely not the cheapest program. We're not the lowest priced in the market. But that's because we would rather take on a smaller amount of people and really be able to pour into them, like give them all the resources that we have, than take on hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people right now and not be able to give them that actual one-on-one individual attention. Because the principles of recovery, they're exactly the same for everybody, the main principles, but people's situations are a little bit different. So it takes a little bit of a different plan, a slightly different approach for every person. some things will be the same, some core foundational principles, but people's situations can be very different from each other, very unique and specific. So we want to be able to actually walk people through that. Kind of like how my doctor did for me. That was a very specific case. If he just, threw a book at me and was like, okay, read all this stuff and just apply it, you should get better. That wouldn't work. He was actually walking me through how to apply those specific things to my specific situation. So that's something we really pride ourselves in being able to do, being able to help other people with.
And as I know, like you can spend so much money on all different kinds of places, chasing, and like you like provide the help in one place, which is a really neat advantage. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly.
just for one more question to show a bit of personality, what animal do you think you would be if you were an animal, and why?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I've been asked this question a few times before, and I think it always goes back to the same answer. I would want to be like an eagle.
Okay.
The reason why is like I think after going through 4 or 5 years of being completely debilitated and limited in your movement and stuck indoors or in a bed and not even really being able to experience the world, you almost feel like claustrophobic, like you're suffocating by life. And the restriction of movement that plays a huge role in it. So I think an eagle, that's like the exact opposite, where you can fly high up in the sky, you could see the world. And I would actually imagine this when I was unable to even sit up out of bed. I would imagine just, flying everywhere and like going to different places. And I think that would be really cool, an eagle.
Oh, I love that idea. I do too. Imagine that vantage point. It would be so amazing to have.
Yeah.
It's funny, another program, I gave her a different question, a superhero one, but her answer was she'd want to fly. So I think that's a common thing with us who felt so trapped before, that we just want to be up and above and free.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a great answer.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
well, thank you so much for your time, Miguel, and I'll talk to you again.
Absolutely.